What is going on, everybody? Hello, happy Tuesday, April 8th, 8:20 p.m., Phoenix, Arizona. I hope you guys are all doing great. I'm doing good. Busy week, busy times. Who'll be first to say hello? Who do you guys think it'll be? I think it'll be Tater Dom. It's usually Tater Dom. There it is, Tater Dom. What's up, Tater Dom? I knew you'd be first. Alexandra Pineda, what's happening? How are you? I'm doing super good, Tater Dom. AZ Raven, what's happening? Grandma LM, hello. Elizabeth Gonzalez, what's going on? Fernando Lewis in Southern Arizona, hi. Arlena D, what's going on? Biryani, hello. Pumpkin Noodle is in South Louisiana, what's going on? I'm doing super good, Alexandra. Hope you're doing good too. Pamela Maltese, hello. Ruby Garcia, Taco Tuesday. I ate 5 tacos today. Tore it up. Ambi La Jugosita, what's going on, Ambi? How are you? Michelle B, blessings to you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Isabel Portillo, how are you, Isabel? Dolores Bradner, I'm in Methuen, Massachusetts, headed to Delaware. Awesome. Never been to Massachusetts, never been to Delaware, but maybe one day I'll go to Boston, go check out that old city, the old parts of Boston. I love historic stuff. Danny in San Diego, what's going on? Are you guys all doing a are you guys all having a great week so far? First 2 days are down. Tomorrow's hump day. That's always good. Sharon R, hello, what's going on? Marie, what's happening? I got a text today. I can't wait to show you guys. Do you guys remember? See if you guys remember her. Do you guys remember her? Who remembers her? Anybody remember her? That's you guys. Ruby Garcia had a crunchy taco from Taco Bell. Does that count? That kind of counts. That counts. I eat that one. I eat that once in a while. To be honest, I won't lie. Teresa Wilson. I just got him from a baseball. I just got home from a baseball game. Awesome. Lupe P. Hello. Hello. Abby says we're on school day holidays, so my house is crazy. 6 kids and a naughty little puppy. Darn it. Christina C. Hello. QC Gal. Hello. What's going on? Alexandra made tacos. So cool. Mighty Sunflower. What's going on? How are you? Stacy Lovin. What's going on? How are you? Does anybody guess? Nobody guessed, huh? Damn. So nobody's gonna guess who this is? Nobody has a name for me? Nobody recognizes her? Anybody? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? So today I'm with Day Day and Stephanie. Day Day, how old are you? 20. Stephanie, how old are you? 19. How long have you guys been out here lost in the streets of Phoenix?
On and off. Like 4 years now. It's crazy.
4 years? So since you were 16, Day Day? That was like a year ago. Holy crap. But she's been clean since August, according to her mom. August is when she got sober. August of last year. So that's really cool. Good news that she's clean and sober, and I'm so happy for her. right? So congratulations to Stephanie. I'll be talking to her soon. I'll be meeting her hopefully this weekend, and you guys will see, hear it from her. How did she get clean? How is she staying clean? How does her life look like right now? Is she still with her boyfriend? She's obviously with her mom right there. She's the one. The mom is the one that sent me the picture. So that is really good news, Stephanie. Wow. And she was 19 last year, so she's probably 20 years old now, right? And she has a baby, I think, right? So, man, that's really good news, right? It's really good to hear good news like that. That she looks healthy. I wouldn't recognize her if I saw her in the streets. I wouldn't. I wouldn't recognize. She just looks different. Like she's alive. She just looks like a whole different person. Like I wouldn't recognize her at all. So that's congratulations to her. I'm super excited for her. Who else contacted me? Like 2 days ago, Lulu contacted me. She says, I just got out on probation for 18 months. So basically the reason why I haven't heard from her is because it looked like she was locked up. I just got out of jail 3 weeks ago. So she says she's clean, but we'll see. So wow. This was a couple days ago. So we'll see. We'll see if I talk to her. She messaged me, so we'll see. Who else messaged me? The mom of. So I got another sober person. Let's see if you guys. So here's another sober person. You guys won't recognize him for sure. I wouldn't recognize him. So I interviewed him about 2 or 3 years ago. I interviewed that guy 2, 3 years ago, and he doesn't even. I don't even recognize him in that picture. So let me find out. Let me find his. Excuse me. I had to sneeze, and I held it in because.
Today I'm with Ram. Ram, how old are you?
27?
Ram, are you currently homeless?
Yeah,
Are you using blues?
yeah.
How long have you been using blues?
Like 2 years.
How'd you get started with that, Ram?
A friend invited them to me. I tried it.
And have you tried getting off of them?
No,
I see that recently you were in the hospital, Ram. You have like a little band, right? A little band on your wrist. What were you in the hospital for?
these blisters that I have.
You burned yourself?
Yeah,
How'd you burn yourself?
with the torch.
You burned yourself while you were smoking?
Yeah,
Does your family know you're out here, Ram?
yeah.
How do they feel about you being out here on the streets using blues?
They don't like it.
That was 3 years ago. His name is Ramses. His name is Ramses. So his mom watched the video back then 3 years ago. She asked me where he was at. I I I confirmed it was the mom and family looking for him, and I told her where he was at. They went to go pick him up, and they took him to Mexico. And I think he was in Mexico. He was in a treatment center in Mexico for a year. and he got clean, and he's back, and he Jesus looks like a whole different person. So he's working at Burger King. Yeah, Burger King is where he's working at. So it's really cool that I interview people from 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago, and they like reach out to me. They want to tell their story. They want to give me an update. It's like having that connection with these people, right? It's really cool. It's really awesome. Stephanie, Ram, congratulations, Ram. Congratulations, Stephanie. Congratulations, Migs. Migs is still clean. Lulu was clean. She got arrested. She was clean. She was sober for months, right? She fixed her leg, living with her mom, and then she relapsed, went to jail, and now she's communicating with me. Say, hey, you haven't heard from me for months because I was locked up, but now I'm sober again, starting from square one. She said she just she texted me a couple days ago, so it's really cool. That's what I'm talking to you. That's what I mean when I think I told you guys last week is I love having that connection with these folks, right? Victoria, uh, I see Victoria once a month when she goes to get her tattoos removed, right, at the laser treatment place, right? She's been sober for 2 years, so it's really cool. It's like a hopefully I stay friends with these people for the remainder of their lives, so we can see that there is hope and recovery, that everybody does have a chance at getting better, um, and addiction can be defeated. It's just a lot of hard work, right? That's why hopefully one day I talk to Ram again. Hopefully one soon I'll talk to Stephanie. Hopefully I talk to Lulu and we see her sober again, and then just living the life that they deserve. So isn't it awesome? Like I love it. It's a bunch of good news, right? It's really good news. So that kind of stuff like that is what makes me keep going. Ambi, the juicy one, here is your wrench. Rebecca Grimm, hello, how are you? Teresa Wilson says, I love to see people get sober. You mean something to these people who you meet on the streets. Yeah, they mean something to me, because it's I can tell you exactly where I met these folks. I know the exact corner, Blake and Miggs and Ram, Stephanie. I can tell you what park or what corner, which street, where I met them. I remember their names. I remember their moms, their dads, the people that I've met with them. Right. So it's really cool. It's really interesting. It's really interesting to me, and it's kind of makes me feel good that they didn't they it's like they haven't forgot about us, right? The Lost in Phoenix family. They're always going to be Lost in the Phoenix family. They will always be part of the Lost in Phoenix family. That's why Migs likes to keep us updated, likes to reach out. Lulu reaches out. She was in jail, but as soon as she got out of jail, she reached out to me, right? Hey, I'm still alive. I'm still fighting the good fight. I want to get sober. Ram, it was his mom that reached out, not Ram. Ram's working, but his mom is proud of him, and he wants us to know that our prayers have worked, and she probably wants to give inspiration to the other moms, right? The other moms that are out there wanting their Lulus, their Carlas, their all these other people to get off the streets and live the life that they deserve. So I love it. I love updating you guys, right? It's not all bad out there. It's not all bad news and bad news and bad news. All these people don't want help. Yeah, they might not want help at that on that day, at that instance, but maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, it worked for Ram, it worked for Miggs, it worked for Victoria. People do get clean, people do get sober, and it's we need to hear more of those stories, right? To remind us of that there's hope in these people's struggles, right? So, what do you guys think about that? Rachel Berry, what's going on? Quaz 75, thank you, appreciate it. Lupe P, you have to ignore them, and you know they're probably mentally ill. I think they're projecting their insecurities and their low self-esteem, the lack of confidence. You know, there's human beings that are like that, right? Their lives suck, they have nothing, and so they try to bring you down or try to, you know, and so um don't pay attention to that. Don't watch their channels. Don't, you know, it's not worth it, right? So um try not to bring that drama here, right? If it pisses you off, you shouldn't let it piss you off, you know, because these are just knuckleheads, you know, these are mentally ill, deranged, low confidence, low self-esteem, beta, beta males, you know, just shitty humans that pretend to help, right? But they're, you know, they're very defective. We're all defective, but you don't have to bring down other people, you know, to lift yourself up, you know. So God, God bless them. Pray for them. Sharon says it worked for me, but it took me 42 years. 42 years to get sober, Sharon. Holy crap, that's a long time. But you know what? Uh Sometimes it takes that long, right? Sometimes it takes 42 years. So it's never too late. Teresa Roberts, what's going on? How are you, Teresa? Uh, yeah, don't watch other channels though. You know, just don't watch their channels. If it pisses you off, why do you watch them? You know, some people are just mentally deranged, projecting low confidence, low self esteem, uh, but uh, you know everything from the dark, you know, gets shown, gets what is it, gets shown in the light, right? So um you know, time's always on my side, you know, because you know, I got people reaching out to me years later. I got people reaching out to me because you know, I'm genuinely trying to help these folks, right? So without putting anybody down, like I don't make it a point to, hey, this person, this channel, and this and this. God bless them, man. Just God bless them. So try to be the bigger person, the more intelligent person, the more common sense person. If you know that channel, those people piss you off, just don't watch it. It's as simple as that. Don't watch it, block it, don't bring it here because it's more a reflection of you. Because you're supporting that. They want you to watch it. They're trying to attract you with that BS, you know, and it works some of you, right? I think some of you like the drama, like the cheeseman, like the lies, the gossip, you know, the innuendo, all that stuff, right? Just let it slide off your back. It's not even about you. It's they're trying to attack me, but you know, it's just funny. So they got you saying their names and everything on here. Just be smart. Try to be smarter, please. Zora Pennington. Zora. I started low carb diet, basically cutting out carbs and sugar. Dinner was blackened salmon and Parmesan garlic asparagus. That sounds good. I could eat that right there. It's just I don't know if I could eat that type of food like all the time. You know, it's just it would be like too healthy. You know, I don't know. I think I would get sick because I'm too healthy. Vanny Velasquez, what's going on? Hello, how are you, Vanny? Japanese Ninja, hello. Pamela, I have not. When I see Angela, I upload the videos. I haven't seen Angela, Pamela. Yeah, so I haven't seen. If there's no videos of people like Migs, because I haven't seen them. No videos of Carla, I haven't seen her. No videos of Angela, I haven't seen her. No. Vanny Velasquez still selling phones, but I'm studying for my real estate license. That's awesome. So I had my license, man, a long time ago. In 2005, I got my license, and it's not an easy test, but if you really study, you're gonna pass it. So good luck. Jesse Trent, what is going on? You're a volunteer from Tennessee. What's happening? Rebecca Grimm made ham and beans and cornbread. Ham and beans and cornbread. Damn, that sounds like jail food. I think I've seen movies where like they're like in prison, and they serve beans, cornbread, and ham, like a little piece of. I mean, it sounds good. I'm sure it's better than better. I'm sure yours is better than the jail food, but I could have swore I've seen. Oh, wasn't it the Green Mile? I just wanted me some cornbread. Do you guys remember that scene? What was his name? Billy. What was his name? Billy the Kid. Whatever. Remember? I just wanted me some cornbread. It's a Midwestern thing. So they make that in the Midwest a lot, like cornbread. So I'm not a big fan of cornbread. I don't know. I've never really liked corn, believe it or not. I'll eat corn on the cob and all, but I'm not like a super huge fan, So Sharon R, ham, beans, and cornbread is good old Southern meal. That's awesome. Mark, what is going on? How are you? Hello. Berto Chuco, haven't seen face in almost a year. Japanese Ninja made Korean barbecue and vegetable sides. That's awesome. Is that healthy? Is that kind of healthy or no? Cornbread. Damn. Cornbread. I hope to see Lulu soon. Kind of miss talking to her. Uh, do you guys remember like last week I told you, man, I haven't heard from Lulu, and that's kind of odd. I hope she's okay. She's either locked up or she's just missing, like gone, right? So I'm really glad that she's okay. She's alive, and she was locked up. So it's a weird. Sometimes I miss these folks. I want to. It's like a family member. It's like a family member. Like, man, where are they? Let me go check in on them. So I need to do that with some family. Actually, I haven't seen some family in a long time. Sharon says we eat stam pot in the Netherlands. Never heard of stam pot. I've heard of the Netherlands, but never heard of stam pot. Hopefully, it's good. Vanny Velasquez, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Stay safe. God bless. We'll see you soon. Teresa Wilson, tomorrow I'll be making carne asada tacos. Look at Teresa Wilson just cooking away. Damn. The pups are super good. Stacy Lovin, Mrs. Warm World. Yeah, poor thing. God bless her, man. Mentally gone, that warm world. Brioni, I need to make some elk chili and cornbread. Maria B. Jesus. Mark, it's been a while since I've asked, but do you have any updates on contact with Amber or her mom, Darla? I have no updates on Amber or Darla. Amber contacted me about 3 weeks ago. She messaged me, but It's really hard to stay in contact with her because she's very mobile. She doesn't stay in one place. She just has to keep moving, so it's really hard to stay in contact. So she's very hard to get a hold of. K Quaz 75, thank you. Jen Tastical, what's happening? Hello. Zora Pennington, I can't eat corn. I can't eat any bread, cornbread, potatoes, pasta, rice, or anything with sugar. If you are creative, though, it's not too bad. So it's you can't eat it because for like health reasons, like medical reasons, or you choose not to eat it because it's like bad for your health, right? So I think there's a difference sometimes, right? Rebecca Grimm, I am of German heritage and we love pork and kraut. 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 I've heard of that. I think that's what they used to call Germans in World War II as a derogatory term. The Krauts. I think. Sharon is going to get ready for Wednesday. Awesome, Sharon. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Gwen Evers is in the Netherlands. Gwen, are you in the Netherlands? I always confuse your country with the Netherlands and what's the other places that around you that are they sound very similar. So always you guys always have the same ending land: Greenland, Netherland, Switzerland, a bunch of land. Holland. Zora Pennington, I choose to not eat. I'm trying to lose weight. Awesome, Zora. Yeah, I hope your journey to lose weight, your diet goes well. Jacqueline Saunier, hello, how are you? Teresa Roberts is also trying to lose weight. Rebecca Grimm gave up on soda pop. It's been hard, but I'm doing it. Soda pop. It's funny. Some people don't say soda pop; they say soda. Some say pop. Some say um, like Coke. Coke. Some Coca Cola. I say it all. I'm gonna get to. Can I get a soda? Can I get a pop? It's funny. Arlena, have a good night. Get some rest. We'll see you soon. Make sure you brush the tooth. Rosemary Lozoya, speaking in code over here. Austral it a tonic. Fantastical. If you ask me for a pop, you're either going to get punched in the throat or I'm going to pop, lock, and drop it. That's funny. Brianni, I'm trying to lose weight as well, but I have to have small amounts of carbs. Diabetic, and my sugar goes too low sometimes. How low can you go? Lori Lainala. What's going on, Lori? How are you? Japanese Ninja, Gene Hackman movie, The Conversation on Netflix. Such a great one. I'm gonna have to check it out. Who did we lose recently? God, we just lost somebody else, man. It's getting me a little sad that we keep losing. I keep losing people that I grew up with. Um, George Foreman, Gene Hackman, Val Kilmer. Damn, I'm like, those are all, I watched George. So all of George Foreman's fights after 40 years old, like, he retired when he was young, but then he came back when he was 40 years old and fought for like 10 years, man. He was good. So I watched all those fights back in the, I don't know when that was, 90s or whenever that was. But so George Foreman, Val Kilmer, Gene Hackman. Damn, that's a lot of people. Teresa Wilson loves to watch boxing. She gets tips, tricks, ideas. Gentastical can go too low. She might throw out her back. Ouch. That would hurt. Lori Leinala is doing good. Meg's on TikTok. Meg's is great. That's awesome. Yeah. I love that he's working and staying positive and good for him. Rebecca Grimm loves mixed martial arts. You like to watch it, Rebecca, or you get down on the mat and start mixing it up with your people over there. Destiny, what's going on, Destiny? How's life in where are you? You're in Texas. Zara Pennington. I watched a new movie. It was a Jason Statham movie called The Working Man. It was good. Most of his movies are. I like Jason Statham, right? The Working Man. If you guys are single, make sure you look for a man that's working. He can't live with his mom. His credit score has to be good. He has to have a job. He has to be a working man. Okay, so make sure. Berto Chuco, Val Kilmer, man, this is the best movie. I liked all Val. For me, Top Gun. That was the first movie that I saw him, and he played the bad guy, Iceman, really well. Janet Lee, hello. Teresa Wilson, no scrubs. Who was that? What was that group? They made a song, No Scrubs. I forgot how the song went, but No Scrubs, right? Was It's that one group, Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls. That TLC, yeah, those people. Lori Leinala, thank you for helping all these people get to sobriety. Thank you, Lord, for watching. Thank you for caring and paying attention to their story. And some people are going to struggle, but some people are going to get clean. Migs, Victoria, Ram, um, and Stephanie. So love it. TLC, yeah. I remember that song. I was like, man, reminder to self: don't become a scrub. Women don't like men that are scrubs. So yeah, it's funny. The good thing is I've always had a job. I've always I've always worked. I've always been responsible. So, um, but then I've seen a lot of people that don't work. They're not responsible. They're users, manipulators. They play the system. They play their employees. They play their family. And these people aren't even on drugs. That's just who they are: manipulators, con artists. They're allergic to working. Jesus, man, that's crazy. Janelle Irby, what's going on, Janelle? How are you? Lazy, yeah. There's people that just they don't want they've never had a job. Dude, what do you mean you're 40 years old, you've never had a job? How do you like what do you mean how do you survive? The government and it's that's kind of messed up to manipulate and stuff like that. So it's very disheartening. We live in a world of many different type of human beings. So even if we don't agree with it, we don't like it, we don't like the way they look, we don't like the way they eat, we don't like how what they say, their politics, their religion, we don't like you, but we have to try to get along. Jenna Lee says, "Yep, they don't have they don't have to be an addict to abuse the system and people's kindness." Yeah, so true. I don't understand why anyone would want to live that way. I mean, I ask myself the same thing. Like, so you see like criminals get arrested, right? Here's John, arrested for the fifth time for, credit card scam or, welfare scam or stealing, burglary. Like, dude, just get a job, man. You're breaking the law, you're hurting other people, you're losing your liberty, and you suck at it because they keep catching you. Why don't you just work? Just get a job, man. Just get a job, just work. Um, Yeah. I literally think that some people feel that having a job, you're a sucker, right? Because you have to wake up every day for weeks, for months, for years, for decades, right? Work, 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 save up money, buy a house, vacation, retire. They're like, nah, I don't want to do all that. I want vacation, I want a house, all that. I just don't want to work for it. So I'll sell drugs, I'll steal, I'll hustle, I'll scam. Um, so yeah, that dedication, desire, and hard work ethic is eroding, from what I can see. So some are institutionalized. Yeah, I mean, how do they get that way? How do they get into the institution? What were they doing? Japanese ninja, working is good for you and your self-esteem. Yeah, not only that, but it gives you a purpose, right? It gives you something to do. You're busy, you're staying out of trouble. You're honest pay for honest work, right? So every day I work, right, 8 hours a day, and I earned money that day. The police aren't looking for me. Nobody's chasing. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not scamming anybody. I'm not, right? It's honest work, honest pay. I pay my bills. I food, my dogs, family. I'm good, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. Some people just don't see it that way. So it's really sad that these people, these scammers, they're like they don't understand that their family. Okay, dude, you're a scammer, right? You don't want to work. You want a vacation. You want to, have everything, right? You want to have everything when you want to retire when you're, 30 years old by scamming. But what are you teaching your children, right? What are you teaching your kids when they ask you, "Hey, Dad, what do you do for work?" I bet you don't tell them you're a scammer, right? You don't say, "Yeah, I'm scamming. I'm a low life. I like to, steal from the system or manipulate or con or, so so it's really unfortunate, but there are people like that. I've known people like that. They manipulate, and scam the system. So welfare, food stamps, Medicaid. They try to get disability, but then they work. for that scam. You'll get caught eventually and go to jail. Not good. Jenny Lee, thank you very much for becoming a super fan. You're awesome. I appreciate you. You are now a moderator. If you comment, you're gonna see. If you comment one more time, Jenny Lee, you're gonna see a little ranch next to your name. Jenny Lee, comment one more time. So thank you, Jenny Lee, for becoming a super fan. Appreciate you. You guys are very you know, so you guys are part of the Big Lip family, the super fans. You guys are a big part of the family. So, feel proud that your subscription, you know, is helping these folks out there, right? Um, so thank you for being an integral part of the Big Lip family. Big Lip family. Even if you have no lips, like Larry Bird. I was watching some videos of Larry Bird. Anybody know Larry Bird, right? He used to play basketball back in the 80s, 80s and 90s, and one of the best basketball players. Like, man, he's definitely top. I would put him in a top 10, me personally, because I actually watched him play back in the 80s, but he's really, really good. That dude had zero lips, no lips, like just no lips, right? But that's okay. You don't have to have, physical lips to be part of the Big Lip family, the Big Lost of Phoenix family. So thank you, Briani, for becoming a super fan. You're awesome. You're part of Team Ranch. Jenny, Lee, and Briani, Team Ranch. That's not to be confused with Team Wanch. That's a whole different team. Those are knuckleheads, right? Those are people. Those are mean-spirited people. but yeah, thank you, Jenny Lee. Thank you, Briani. Alexandra says, I want to hope one day I find somebody like you, Art. What? Alexandra Piñez, I want hope one day I find somebody like you, Art. Oh, oh, is that a good thing? Like, what do you mean? Like, are you talking about like a relationship type thing, or what? That's cool. That's nice. Yeah, I shower every day. I brush my tooth every day. Um, you know, I'm not perfect, but I really do, uh, value these people, man. These people that reach out to me, Stephanie, Migs, Lulu, Victoria. So, Ram is clean. I just showed you his picture. That's so cool, man. I value that. I wish I could add Blake to that list of sober and recovered and alive. I wish I could add a Martin, sober, alive to that list, right? I wish I could add Carla to the list of sober, alive, but it's not to be for some of these folks, right? So it's really sad. Teresa Wilson, how do we become a moderator? See that little wrench next to your name, Teresa Wilson? You are a moderator. You moderate the chat. You're able to, if you see a comment that that says you know, Art smells, right? Art stinks. He's stinky. You could delete that comment because you have the wrench. You have the power of the wrench, right? So that little wrench means you can like delete a comment or put people in timeout because they're being wenchy. So you're part of Team Ranch, not Team Wench. When somebody's being a wench, if you're part of Team Ranch, you can delete them or kind of time them out for a little bit. Rebecca Graham says, I miss Blake. I miss Blake tremendously. His mom reached out to me last week, actually. So God bless her. She's still in her struggle. Japanese Ninja, Art has a great heart. He's a sweetie. Yeah, I think I have a good heart. I think my heart is is good. I think I'm definitely not a bad person, right? So yeah, I like helping. My brother's car, his gas tank busted like 3 weeks ago. He's still using one of my vehicles. So hopefully I get my. He says he doesn't need my vehicle anymore, so I can go get it. So my my brother, my nephew, he's still staying with me because sometimes we have to step in and help the family. Um, so that's what we got to do. Got to step in and help the family. Gentastical, a little Grinchy, yes. So you guys already know the story of one of my ex girlfriends from like a long time ago. I was very young. I had an ex girlfriend. She said, "I bet you if I was to open up like a little window right here in your heart, and I was to a little door, there's gonna be a little green Grinch heart in there." So I always bring that up. That's funny. I have not heard anything about Zion actually. I have not. Hopefully she's doing good wherever she's at. Jenny Lee, if you were a bad person, I don't think you'd have so many people that love you and support you here. Jenny Lee, thank you very much. I firmly believe that. I've been doing this for 4 years. There's people here that have been with me for 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, right? So the way I talk, what I say now today is the same way I talked and I was saying 4 years ago. Genuine, say the same things. I'm not scamming anybody. I don't. Hey, I'm doing a GoFundMe to raise money. I don't do that. I've never done it. Never gonna do it. Uh, you know, um, I think if I wasn't a genuine person, you wouldn't have people from 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 2 years ago, communicating with me. Lulu reached out to me a few days ago. She was in jail. I read the message. Migs, Carla's mom reaches out to me. So I can give her updates on her daughter. Um, I think that's really cool. It says a lot about the Lost in Phoenix family. We've made a good community here, and we can continue to grow it and support each other, love each other like a family, right? We don't always agree with each other. Sometimes we might annoy each other. I might annoy you, but it's like family, right? You can't let go of family. You have to accept them and help them. So that's what it's all about. Yeah, don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad for you. I did marijuana when I was a kid. I was like 14 or 15. I was so scared. Um, I smoked a cigarette once. I didn't like that feeling at all. One time somebody gave me the little, what do they call the little patches you put in your mouth? What are they called? The little chewing thing, or I don't know what they're called. I passed out. I woke up with the biggest headache in my life. So yeah, I've never been keen to any of that stuff. Right, I'll have a beer or two, but I don't drink like every day. I don't. When I drink, I'll have two. I'll have 2 or 3 beers max, and then I have to stop because I don't like that little feeling of where am I? Losing your senses. That's not cool. So Pamela, do you have nieces? I do. Yeah, I sure do. Sama, exactly. I have followed from the bushes for some time. So, like, what do you mean? Like, you're like kind of like, kind of like, you watch, but you don't really comment. Kind of just behind the scenes. Kind of is that what you're talking about? The bushes. You gotta clarify because man, the bushes. I guess it's dangerous. Right? In Phoenix, the bushes everywhere in Phoenix. Everywhere I go. Stephanie Ginling, don't forget I sent you your study Bible 2 years ago. You better be reading it. You were my escape through that year. Stephanie Ginling, yes, I still have your Bible. God bless you. Thank you very much, Stephanie. You're awesome. I appreciate you. I really hope that was 2 years ago. Man, time flies, huh? Um, I'm glad you made it through that year, whatever you're going through. God bless you and your family, and somebody sent me a bunch of Bibles recently, and I've been handing them out, and and I hope that those Bibles help people, right? Because You don't have to be the biggest church goer or the biggest Christian or the biggest whatever religion you are, but as long as you have faith and you believe in something other than yourself, right? You do have to believe in yourself, but if you have faith and belief and something higher than you, that's a good sense of your compass is going to be good sense of direction. It's your North Star, solidifies your moral fabric, right? So, thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate you. Teresa Wilson, I've never done drugs other than marijuana. I've always thought if I tried something, I would croak. Yes, don't do it, Teresa. Don't do drugs, Teresa Wilson. Be a good girl. Rebecca Grimm, faith, hope, and love. Yes. Alley Cat is in California. What's going on, Alley Cat? How are you? How you been? What's new? Japanese Ninja, or did you try the Spanish soap? You know what? I haven't. It's so one thing about me is I have a lot of soaps. So underneath my in my restroom, underneath the sink, I have a bunch of shampoos and soaps and stuff like that. I haven't gotten it. I should get to it very soon. Okay, so thank you very much, Japanese Ninja, for your Spanish soap black. Try it out. Hopefully, it smell good. Got to smell good nowadays, you know. Stephanie Ginling, hey Art, all 93 pounds of me has your back. That's awesome, Stephanie. 93 pounds. Damn. When was I 93 pounds? I'm like 195 right now. So 90, 93. That was, man, that's my like seventh grade, sixth grade, probably a long time ago, 30 some years ago. Holy jeez. 93. 93, but you like just toss that up, huh? Like just flip around, toss it up, and like a little pizza. One of those cheerleading girls, right? And then there's always a dude, right? Like catching the cheerleading. They throw the cheerleading girl up in the air. The girl does flips, and they catch her because she probably weighs 50 pounds, like you, right? So that's cool. Gonzalo's, saludos. How you doing? Jesse Trent, the world would be a better place and more people like you. I think if, long as we're all who we're supposed to be, just good, right? Not bad, doing bad things out there. So there's enough bad in the world. I think if we committed to doing good, um, the world would be a better place. What do you guys think? Sama, take care, everyone. Love and hugs to all off to rest. Have a good night. Get some rest. Sama, brush the tooth. We'll see you soon, Sama. Thank you for hanging out behind the bushes. Stacy Lovin, have a good night. Get some rest. Make sure you brush the tooth. La lover. Alley cat, don't drink the Spanish fly, okay? Because we won't be responsible for what happens after you drink the Spanish fly. But definitely use Spanish soap. It's good for you. Japanese Ninja, tongue twister. I'm not the fig plucker nor the fig plucker's son. So I remember, so back in the 80s when I was in the I was in the fourth grade, I think. I think I was in the fourth grade, right? I used to hear that a lot. Spanish fly, Spanish fly. I don't know if it was in a song or I don't know what, but I used to ask, people older than me, like, what's Spanish fly? Oh, that's a my goodness, what is it called? What do you guys call it? It's like oysters, right? This, oysters, aphrodisiac. Spanish fly is an aphrodisiac, and I'm like, shit. Okay, what's an aphrodisiac, right? Because back then there's no phones, no Google, right? And I think most people back then didn't know what the hell aphrodisiac was, so they had to explain what that meant to me. And they're like, "Oh, aphrodisiac, it gets you horny." I'm like, "Really?" So Spanish fly gets you like, gets you in the mood or whatever. So, and then here, mind you, I'm fourth grade, right? I'm asking all these like adult questions, right? So, so, yeah. So ever since the fourth grade. So my point was, I have known since the fourth grade what Spanish fly was, but it's not real. So yes, that's funny. Kimberly Grimm, what's going on? We have the Grimm sisters, Kimberly Grimm, and what was there's another Grimm in here. Rebecca Grimm. So, anyways, what else? What else I was gonna tell you guys? So Lulu, she's alive. Stephanie, she's been sober since August of last year. I'll be seeing her this weekend. I hope I see Lulu. So Lulu messaged me. I messaged her back, and she hasn't messaged me since then. So come on, man. So Bartol Chuco, I feel weird. I'm like the only guy besides Art and all these ladies. I might just dip for self-respect. Mikey, save money. Navy hat, correct. United States Navy. Jill Spausta. What's going on, Jill? Hello. Hello. Alley Cat, what about Celeste? God bless her, man. It's really hard for me to understand her sometimes, but I can kind of get through the gibberish. Um, the concerning thing she told me was, I go, "Where's your kids at?" I sell them. What? Yeah, I have kids and I sell them. So I mean, I hope not. I think, either the state takes away her children when she has children or her family. I hope to goodness that she's not actually like literally selling them to people, right? That'd be horrible. So that was very concerning, but I think I would have heard that she sells her children. You can't really sell children, so that was a little concerning. Rachel Berry says, "When I was young, I was singing Me So Horn, not knowing what it meant, and my dad had to sit down with me telling me not to sing that and why." Me love you long time. Who was that? That's Sir Mix-a-Lot, right? Back in 90, what, 92, 93, 94. That's funny. Alley Cat, I'm concerned she's selling herself. That's definitely happening. That's absolutely happening. How disgusting of the men, right, that are actually paying these people for those type of acts, those type of favors, that I don't. That's just insane. That just baffles my mind. Like really, like this lady is mentally gone, battling addiction, hasn't showered in God knows how long, and you're gonna pay your. That's like, I don't know, man. Just something wrong with that. There's something wrong with that. But that's just that's just me. That's just me. Two Live Crew, yes. Sir Mix-a-Lot was who? I like big butts, right? I like Okay, that's Sir Mix-a-Lot. Two Live Crew, yes. Two Live Crew, yes. You're right. They're from Miami, aren't they? Sir Mix-a-Lot was from Seattle. and Two Life Crew is from Miami. I think, right? Does Celeste have family? I think she does. I think she does. They've yeah, on occasion I've had like, oh, I'm her cousin or I'm her this, but there's not really a big connection. Brandy Triggs. What is the rate of homeless who get pregnant and are they mostly given up for adoption? Man, that's tough. I don't have an answer on that one. Um, but here's what I do know for sure. Like I've been doing this 4 years and I've interviewed about 10 pregnant women, right? There's 10 women that are very pregnant and I interview them, right? I've seen a lot more out there. But what I've learned is that when they go out there, when they've been out there for a long time, women that are out on the streets, homeless, battling addiction, I don't say obviously not all of them, but a lot of them don't have their period. Like they can't get pregnant because their body shuts down that area, because the body just understands that, they're battling addiction and this and that. And so they kind of shuts down that area. When these people get pregnant, like Celeste, it's when she was locked up for 2 months, 3 months. She's clean. She's chunky because she ate good. She was in a mental facility for 2, 3 months, and then release her. She goes out to so her body like is like back to normal, right? Producing a fertile producing an egg or whatever. She goes back to the streets and just lives that life again, right? So and then she gets pregnant and then boom, right? But somebody like a Carla's been out there in the streets since she was 17 and she's now what, 20? How old is she? 20, 21. So yeah, most likely she doesn't produce has the have the ability to get pregnant. Um, the reason I know that is because a lot of folks have donated in the past, have donated the feminine products, right? The little tube thing, the cotton things, the little pad things, and I'll hand them to the women out there, but just a bunch of multiple women. They go through the bag. Oh, here, I don't need this. I don't get my period. I haven't got my period since I came out here. Haven't had my period in 2 years. Haven't had my period in 6 months since I've been out here. I don't get my period. I don't need this. I don't need this. I've heard that a lot from multiple women, and it's like, oh shit, the body shuts down production of eggs because the body knows that now is not the right time. Battling addiction, you're not healthy. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, and I kind of feel like a little gynecologist, man, like a little doctor or something, because I put two and two together, So I had to tell people, hey, don't send any more of those feminine products because they're not using them because they don't need them. So Brandy Triggs, a blessing, really. That's very interesting. Yeah, that's exactly what I think. The body is so intuitive, so intelligent. It's like, time out. You're definitely not gonna have kids right now. So it's really, really interesting. Stephanie Ginling, well, I ran around singing Anaconda, don't want none unless you got buns, hun. Having no clue till after 35 what that meant. I'm 51 now. Stephanie Ginling, hey, your Anaconda buns, God bless you, man. You're innocent back then. You sing your heart out. You do whatever you want with your. You could do side bends or pull-ups, but please don't lose that. Did he say gut? Mary, malnutrition causes them not to ovulate. Yeah, yeah, you're probably right. Rebecca Grimm, very underweight women do not have periods. What about very overweight women? Do they have periods? I'm not sure. I don't know. Stephanie Gilling, I volunteer at domestic V shelter. So many babies born addicted I've held. That's sad, man. How long do babies get treated while going through withdrawals? Gosh, I mean, I don't know. That's a great question. I literally interviewed a nurse one time that worked in the neonatal, the babies born addicted. Uh, her boss got mad because she made that interview, so she asked me to remove it. Hopefully, she didn't get fired. She didn't say anybody a person's name. She didn't. So hospitals are very weird like that, very they try to sanitize everything, They may try to act like these ugly things don't happen in the hospital. So that kind of pisses me off where they try to sanitize and pretend, awful things don't happen in the hospital. So idiots. Cindy W, I'm doing good. How are you doing, Cindy W? Japanese Ninja, can pregnant addicts be arrested in Arizona? So this is what I've asked that question about 20 times, and this is what people tell me. Legally, yes, they should be arrested, but they usually are not arrested because if they start arresting, so for example, let's say Celeste. Let's say she was pregnant, she's on the streets battling addiction, she goes to hospital, she pops out her baby. Technically, she abused her child, right? Technically, she introduced drugs into her baby, right? And the baby was born addicted. Technically, she should go to jail. Police departments do not arrest them because if they did arrest them, those women wouldn't go to the hospital. They would have their babies out in the alleys and throw the babies in the dumpster. So that's sad. And I believe that because these people out there, they're not thinking, they're just addiction. I don't care about my baby, I don't care my freedom, I don't care about this, I don't care about that. But if I go to hospital, I'm get arrested, I'm not gonna go to hospital. The baby's gonna be born out here in the streets, on the sidewalk, nobody's gonna know about it. I'm just gonna throw the baby away. That's disgusting. It's horrific. I wish we had like little I'm telling you, man. I've said this before. I wish in a in a perfect world things like this wouldn't happen, But we got to be realistic. Things like this do happen. So how do we? I don't know, man. It just sucks. Catch 22 situation. Yeah, it's a crappy catch 22 situation. It really is. It just sucks. Not fun. Rebecca Grimm, I live in a small city in Kansas. We have baby drop off boxes. We have that here. We have um, fire stations, all fire stations. You could drop off a baby, but you won't get arrested. So uh, it's crazy that we live in a world where a mom has to do that. that's just a trip to me. Like, what? You got pregnant, you had the baby, and you feel like you have to throw the baby in the trash, kill your baby. What a trip, man. So you have to create these safe havens, right? Where we won't arrest you as long as you bring the baby here to the hospital or to the police station or to the fire station, right? We won't arrest you. So what a trip. That's man, that just goes against everything against nature. Like, like being a mom, like you're supposed to protect your baby. You're supposed to love your baby. But what I don't know, it's weird. Cindy W, we have that here in Canada also. I live right across the street from a fire station, but have never seen it happen yet and hope I never do. That's really sad, man. Yeah, that would I just feel sad. I wonder if though that mom, years later, like regrets that, like that decision. That mom's life must be horrible to make that decision, to I'm gonna give up my child. It has to be a hard, hard decision, man. It's just and we don't know what they're going through, what they're suffering through. So it's just sad, man. We live in a crazy, crazy world. Anyways, gang, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with the updates. If I hear from if I hear from Lulu, if I hear from Lulu again, I'll let you know. Okay, Lulu, Stephanie, Ram, sober. Lulu's sober right now because she was in jail. So let's see how long she lasts sober, right? So Rebecca Grimm, thank you. I love you too, Rebecca Grimm. I love all you lovely folks. You guys are awesome. You guys, I feel the love. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being part of the Big Lit family. Those people reach out to me because of you guys. They know that your prayers, your well wishes, for years have helped them get to sobriety. So thank you for being part of the Big Lit family, the big community that we've created to show love and support to each other and to the people that are reaching out years later, telling me that they're sober. Okay, so thank you. Have a good night. Get some rest. Make sure you brush your tooth. I'm gonna give you guys some balloons. I'm gonna give you guys some fireworks. I'm gonna give you guys some confetti. I'm about to laze you. Buzz. I wish there were sound effects. That'd be awesome. And I'm gonna give you guys some love. Okay, so there's some love right there, some little hearts, some little loves. So I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.